Hey guys, happy Sunday. I am back. Bing. That's my get up music. Just kidding. So anyways, I just wanted to share this. In trusting God in unfamiliar territory in the wilderness, I often think about the story of the children of Israel and how they um, were slaves and how they went through their wilderness and how they had to trust God with everything. For you guys don't know how I came to Texas, just kind of wanted to share with you. So I'm from California, basically, and I've been in Texas, I think, like 9 or 10 years. So this is how it all started for me coming to Texas, right? So through some events that's happened in my life, you guys will probably find that out later. I was going through a place in California and I had faced unemployment and I was unemployed and just going through, right? I went to the beach all the time because, first of all, the beach is my peace, is my zen. That's where I get my calmness and my peace and all that good stuff. And I was just going through, just going through a hard time. And I remember me praying all the time to God. I prayed all the time. And it just seemed like my situation didn't change at all. It didn't get any better. Didn't get worse, thank God. But it just didn't change. One day I got on my knees and I prayed and I said, I was just so mad. I was like, God, you know what? You see me. You know what's going on. I know you hear me. I know that you see what's going through. And I need you to make a way. I'm not going to pray about this anymore because I know you see me. I'm not going to cry about this anymore because I know that every tear has words, and I know that every tear that I shed, you know what those tears are and what they say. So, anyways, I got up from my computer. Oh, well, I got up from my prayer, right? And I went to my computer screen. My computer screen is always on an MSN or it's always on some type of what's happening in the world, right? So, anyways, it was on this big, beautiful city. And something was like, you should, move your mouse or whatever. And I was like, what? Why move my mouse? No, that's dumb. Like, why is my screen on this beautiful city? I moved it and it was Texas. It said Dallas, Texas. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. Who cares, right? I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I was like, you know what? I'm stressed out. I'm going to go to the gym. So here I am. I'm got in my car. I went to the gym. And in front of me was this truck. It said, Texas, a beautiful place to live. And I was like, okay, whatever. Anyways, okay, that's, weird, but okay. And then before I went inside the gym, I got a phone call and the lady said, hey, are you looking for an apartment? I said, yeah, I need to move. And she's like, yeah, I'm in McKinney. And I was like, McKinney? There's no McKinney in California. I don't think so. So I was like, McKinney. And she's like, yeah. I said, we're at McKinney. She's like, I was like, we're out in in California, McKinney. She's like, no, I'm in Dallas. I said, Dallas? I was like, okay, the MSN, the car, the phone call, whatever. So I go into the gym, I work out, and I get home and I get a phone call from my aunt, right? Okay, so this aunt lives in McKinney, and if she's watching this, you know who you is. My aunt's a little cuckoo, but it's all right. But she crazy, but I love her, but whatever. So she called me and she was like, hey, Nisi, what's going on? I told her, I was like, Aunt, I'm just having a really hard time, this and this. And she was like, you need to come to the land of milk and honey. And I was like, milk and honey? And remind you, so our family are Houdinis. We pop up and show up all the time. Like, we might be gone for a couple years. We come back, and that's just what we do, right? We just pop up and go, pop up and go. And so she popped up. So, she called and I was like, yeah, I'm in, over here in California, and everybody knows that California, I think the governor was Schwarzenegger or whatever. So everybody was like, get out of California at that time. So she was like, you know what? You need to come to Dallas. So I said, Dallas. I was like, I don't want to ride on no horses, and I ain't trying to, ride on no horses every time I go somewhere, real dumb, just real ignorant, whatever. She's like, it's not like that. I was like, well, where are you at? And she was like, I'm in McKinney. I was like, McKinney? Okay, I just got a phone call. And so anyways, she was like, you should come, you should check it out. And I was already skeptical because my aunt's real real crazy, like, I love you, Auntie. But she real crazy, like, right? So I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. So anyways, I got off the phone. I made a phone call to one of my friends, and I was like, hey, there's a lot going on. And I keep, today was just these weird episodes of just like one incident after another after another. He was like, you should go and check it out. And I was like, no, I don't think I should. He's like, no, you should. So I was like, you know what? At that time, like I told you guys, I was on unemployment. Rent was due. There was just, unemployment was about to cut me off. It was me and my baby girl. I think she was like maybe 6, because she was going to kindergarten or something like that. And so I was just like, you know what? I can't. She's about to start school. I ain't got no money, and my rent's due, all this stuff. And so I got the phone with him. To make a long story short, he calls me back. He was like, hey, you know what? You got, I just got an airline ticket for you, and you are going to Texas. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you're going to Texas. It's not going to hurt any. Just go, right? So anyways, got the phone with him, and you guys, this happened literally in a week or 2 weeks time. Didn't take long. So anyways, I was packing, and some told me, you need to take your daughter's birth certificate. And I was like, huh? I need to do what? Yeah, no, probably not. And some said, take your daughter's birth certificate. So anyways, I did. Flew into Texas, met my aunt there. Like I said, me and my aunt, I love my aunt, but my family's my family, right? Like I said, we pop up, we pop down. I mean, okay. So anyways, she showed me Texas, and, I'm sitting on her beautiful porch thinking with a cup of coffee, can I do this? God, is this really what you want me to do? I don't know nobody here. I am in a strange land. I don't have no job. I have a daughter. What am I going to do with that? With her? What am I going to do with just, like, this is what you're telling me to do? And so anyways, I kept going on the porch in the morning, and I kept getting this peace. And I kept going over everything that's happened in my life. I kept going over the situations that kind of happened with me coming to Texas. And I was like, God, you know what? This is kind of crazy how this has all happened so fast, but it's happened so beyond my control, and so peaceful, and so on time, right? And so I think the next day, I told my aunt, I was like, yeah, I think I can do Texas. And she was like, you know what? There's a school across the street. Let's go see about it. And so I was like, okay. And it's so funny. So I get to the school, and they're asking, oh, how old is your daughter? What's her name? She's coming into kindergarten. I think it was kindergarten or first grade. I think it was first grade. Yeah, I ain't that good with that stuff. Y'all already know. So she's like, yeah, all you need is a birth certificate. And I said, birth certificate? I reached out on my purse, and guess what? I had her birth certificate. So I gave it to the lady. I said, here you go. Here's her birth certificate. We signed her up in school immediately. So after that, I went back to the house, back to my aunt's house, and I said, God, is this really you? Is this really what you want me to do? Like, okay. And I told God, I said, okay, if this is you, I have to sell everything. I can't, travel with all my stuff. And if it's you, you will make a way for me to come to live in Dallas. And if it's you, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to walk in it, and I'm just going to believe that this is where you want me to be. And so at that moment, I had put everything on Craigslist, and had some type of yard sale, apartment sale, whatever. So long story short, I get back to Dallas, and that next day, I had the yard sale, the apartment sale, and I had prayed, and I said, okay, God, if this is you, everything's going to be sold in my apartment. I'm going to have enough money for tickets. I'm going to have enough money for food, for whatever I need to do to make it for a couple of months. And that's what God did. So I went back home, got off the plane. The next day, had a yard sale, and everything was sold. When I tell you everything was sold, dishes, blankets, everything was sold. I didn't have a computer. I didn't have anything. I didn't have a TV. I didn't have nothing. The only thing I had was me and my daughter's clothes, and I had enough to ship my clothes and my car. to get to Texas. So I put all our clothes in the car, and I had my car shipped to Texas. And I remember telling my friends and family, "Hey, if you guys want to hang with me, I'm moving." And they're like, "What?" I think they thought I was crazy. And they're like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, I'm leaving to Texas. Matter of fact, by this date." And I think it was like the following couple of days I was leaving to Texas. I had spent some time with my girlfriend Kia, which was a blessing. I love her to death, and got to spend a little bit of time with her. And then at the end, I spent time with my mom and my father. And at the end of the day, uh, my dad took us to the airport, and that was 9 years ago. And 9 years ago has been a blessing. And I just want to tell somebody, if you're going through a wilderness season and you don't know what's going on, and you're in a new place and in a new desert, and everything is unfamiliar to you, and you have no family around you, and you are scared, but you know and trust that God said yes. He blessed your decision. You listened to him. So even though you're in this wilderness and you can't see anything and you can't grab on anything, that is going to be the most beautiful outcome you've ever had. Moving to Texas was the most beautiful thing that I've ever done in my life, besides have my daughter and marry her dad or whatever. But God had to be like, Tab, I'm going to show you who I am. In the middle of your wilderness, I'm going to show you who I am. I'm going to give you unbelievable strength that you thought you ever have. You're going to find out who I am, who you are, and who you're really made out of. I'm going to take you to a place where there's no parents that you can just go and live with. There's no friends that you can call. There's no job that you can grab onto that you used to. I'm just going to take you to a place that all you have is me. And it's not going to be easy. But if you listen, just like you did when I brought you here, you're going to be okay. And it's funny because I was like, God, I can't make it in Texas. And he was like, I'm the same God that I was in California. I'm the same God that I can be here with you in Texas. Why are you putting me in a box that I don't fit in? And I had to trust and believe that no matter what circumstances I could be in, I could be in California, I could be in Texas, I could be in another state, that he's still God. He's still going to take care of me. He's still going to be my deliverer. He still knows who I am, where I'm at all given times of the day and night. And he is going to be all that I need him to be. And that I'm not going to need anything to fall back on, just him. So if you are in the wilderness and in a season of wilderness, just like the Israelites were, and God is taking you out of a situation to put you in a new situation, and you might not have all the answers, you might not have all the pieces, and you might not know what's going on, and you might not know everything. But being in that situation, you have to pray for him for everything. And that's maybe where he wants you to be. He might want you to be in a situation where you have to pray and ask him for everything, that you have to pray and believe him for everything, that you have to pray and have faith for everything. I can't even imagine not going through what I went through and being here and getting to know him even more, being in Texas. There was plenty of times where I would call my mom and I would cry, and she would be like, baby, come home, just come home. And I was like, no, because I'm trusting and believing the yes. I'm trusting and believing the go. I'm trusting and believing everything that he's put in place for me to leave. I'm trusting and believing in the promise. And I can only imagine, just like the children of Israel getting delivered and then being in the wilderness, but are having hope for the promise, looking to the promise. And just look to the promise. Don't worry about the wilderness. Have faith on the promise. I hope this helps anybody, but if you know of anyone that might need some life coaching, might just need someone to listen. I truly believe that when the heart and the soul is speaking is when you need to listen. Sometimes we just need to stay still and listen enough because we have all the answers enough to get us to where we need to be in Christ or your journey or your path or whatever it is. But I am T Barnes. That's what I go by. Not just kidding. But you can reach me at ms.tabithabarnes@yahoo.com if you need someone to listen. If you just need some type of guidance into, hey, this is what I'm feeling, I am here to listen. I'm here to be that voice in those ears for you. Again, you can reach me at ms.tabithabarnes@yahoo.com. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. And I hope that if anyone is in the wilderness, like a lot of us are right now, believe in the promise.